compromise, but we also know that there have been infringements on free speech that actually affect not just the British. Of course, what the British do in their own country is up to them, but also affect American technology companies and by extension American citizens. So that is something that we'll talk about today at lunch.
We've had free speech for a very, very long time in the United Kingdom, and it will last for a very, very long time.
In a pivotal moment in British political history, Labour Party leader Kier Starmer faced what many call his toughest interview yet. The high-stakes BBC broadcast quickly turned into a heated exchange, leaving the audience, critics, and even Starmer himself taken aback. What was meant to be a discussion on Labour's future became an intense interrogation, exposing key weaknesses in the party's leadership and strategy.
Free speech is only relevant if we allow people that you don't like to say things you don't like. Otherwise, it loses all meaning. And if you don't let people you don't like say things that they don't like, and you censor them, it's only a matter of time before that censorship is turned upon you.
Vance highlighted how UK citizens have been arrested just for liking tweets, sharing memes, or voicing opinions the government disapproves of. It was an embarrassing moment for Starmer, who came to strengthen ties with Trump but ended up under fire instead.
Well, no, I mean, certainly we wouldn't want to reach across US citizens, and we don't, and that's absolutely right. But in relation to free speech in the UK, I'm very proud of our...
Trying to regain control, Starmer pushed back, claiming the UK prides itself on free speech. It's a fundamental part of our democracy, he said. But the facts weren't on his side, and before he could finish, Elon Musk entered the conversation. Though not in the room, Musk's voice on social media carried more weight than any political speech. He called out the UK's hypocrisy, pointing out that while Starmer praised free speech, his government was jailing people over tweets. The internet erupted, with users sharing real cases of UK citizens arrested for online posts.
You have to understand, if you're in a car and you are reckless with the car and it injures someone, you're responsible for your actions. If you're online, it's an online platform, and you're reckless with your actions, then you should be held responsible.
What do you think about what Elon Musk has been tweeting about Britain and the Prime Minister over the last few days?
Well, what I'd say is that all social media companies have responsibility.
Trump didn't even need to step in. Vance had already dismantled Starmer's argument. The UK Prime Minister walked in hoping to impress, but left looking like the weakest man in the room. This high-stakes White House meeting brought together three major political figures: US President Donald Trump, UK Prime Minister Kier Starmer, and Vice President J.D. Vance. Each came with different priorities, but one thing was clear: this meeting would shape the future of US-UK relations. For Starmer, it was a crucial moment. As the new UK Prime Minister, he needed to build strong ties with Trump and prove Britain was still a key ally. But standing across from him was J.D. Vance, a rising star in American politics and a man who wouldn't let politeness get in the way of tough conversations.
Naturally, the government urged readers to report any fellow citizens suspected guilty of thought crime. In Britain and across Europe, free speech, I fear, is in retreat.
The agenda was packed, with trade topping the list. With Trump's America First policies back in action, Starmer aimed to secure a deal protecting UK businesses. As European nations braced for heavy US tariffs, Starmer pushed for a special agreement to exempt Britain from the harsh measures. Tensions peaked when the conversation turned to free speech. J.D. Vance didn't settle for polished political answers. He confronted the UK's record on online censorship, arguing that Britain had become one of the most aggressive Western nations in silencing digital speech. Vance cited cases of people being arrested simply for sharing memes or posting controversial views. This isn't democracy, he argued. Caught off guard, Starmer tried to defend the UK's commitment to public discourse. But the holes in his argument quickly showed. When Elon Musk joined the conversation online, Starmer's defense collapsed entirely. Musk didn't just share opinions, he brought facts. He highlighted real cases of UK citizens facing legal action for online speech, like a British man sentenced over offensive memes and a woman investigated for misgendering someone in a tweet. These weren't isolated incidents. They reflected a growing pattern of online censorship under UK law. Musk's comments went viral, sparking a global debate on free speech and government overreach. Supporters praised him for speaking out, while critics accused him of oversimplifying the issue. But the damage to Starmer's credibility was done. The White House clash became a wake-up call. Free speech was under threat, and the battle was far from over.